Okay, so right now we're going to be talking about retracement. So what retracement means is when you incorporate a swing, the second lesson swing leg, you find out the actual entire move of the price, and you tend to see this kind of return into a lower price before pushing even higher. So what a retracement is this leg that is against the market trend. So in this scenario, we are assuming that price wants to push higher, but there are times where you know that price is supposed to push higher, but why is it going lower right now? So that is called getting a balanced price range. So when I first started learning how to trade, I started with Fibonacci. So when we are pulling out a Fibonacci, we always use price from the past, which is the left side of the chart, and price in the current, which is the right side. Because as you can see, time is printing like this, right? So over here you have the past, and towards the right you have the future. So using here from the low to the high, we get these levels over here. So what these levels are retracement level. So I'm just going to show you all of the levels that I started with. And it looks really messy. It looks like this. So what it actually means is if price was to come back here, it's a 23.6% discount. So we are bullish on the market and we're assuming that price is going to get higher. So what it means is we want to buy at a discount and then sell it at a higher price. So when price comes back down to this 50% level, it means the discount is at 50%. And the levels that I have been using over here, it's from 61.8 to 78.6. So let me just erase and show you guys the one I'm using again. So in ICT's concept, he actually calls this the OTE, which is the optimal trade entry. So what you want to look for is for price to come back into this area before you can take it up into the previous high. So just touching a little bit on risk to reward, it means that if you were to enter here, your stop loss is here and your take profit is up here at the 100% level. You can see that the risk to reward is already 1:1.5, which means if for price to come all the way down here, would cost me $1, and if it goes into my take profit, it would pay me $1.50. So that is a little risk to reward, which I will touch on more, but for now let's go back into retracement. So I'm just gonna erase all of this ink and get into the charts. All right, so I'm just gonna pull out some examples, some easy examples to look at. So price, you should aim for anything underneath 50%. And for me, I aimed at 61.8 to 78.6. So now we'll just mark out some of the swing moves again. We have a swing high over here, and then a swing low, and then a pullback retracement, and then another swing high, and swing low, and then a pullback, which makes the next swing high before it push lower. So from here, I'm going to use left to right. So left prices all the way to right. You can see that price actually came back to 61.8 right there before it pushed lower. So I'm just going to move this Fibonacci, the low and the high. And we can see that price came back to 78.6. So this entire level is where I'm looking for reversals. So for a bit more advanced people, they would be able to catch this one, which is the push down. But I'll touch on that next time. I'm trying to keep my content very basic, but I keep giving hints on what's coming up next. So test it out yourself and see if you are able to catch proper swing highs and lows for retracements.